Welcome to AI for Impact, where we explore how AI and AI agents are positioned to change the world for the better. I'm Carolyn Bathauer, and today we'll hear how Pledge 1% is using Agentforce to scale corporate giving for over 19,000 companies worldwide. We're joined by Emily Herman, Director, Builder Partnerships at Pledge 1%, so let's dive in. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks, Carolyn.
You all do amazing work, so set the stage for us. What does Pledge 1% do?
Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah, so Pledge 1% is a corporate social impact movement. We have a flexible framework, and as you mentioned, we have now over 19,000 members across 130 countries. It's really exciting. Our companies can take a pledge of their employees' time, their company's profit, their product, or their company equity. And the idea is that we are here to inspire, to engage, and to empower these companies to be a force for good in the world.
I love that. It's the 1-1-1 model. You all are activating that worldwide. So, all organizations have some challenges. And so what were some of the biggest business challenges that you all were facing and looking to address with our technology?
Yeah, so look, we're a small nonprofit. I'm sure you hear this all the time, but bandwidth is an issue for us internally, and it's an issue for our main members, our customers. So internally, we have 19,000 members across the world, and we'd love to be able to provide them white glove service and really be able to meet them where they're at in terms of building their impact strategies, launching their impact strategies, building their impact strategies, and scaling their strategies. But it's just not possible to do it the size of our team. And at the same time, our customers, our members, are oftentimes small startup companies who are growing their businesses while trying to launch their impact programs and figure out what this all means for their companies and their employees. And so with a tool like Agentforce, we're able to really meet these companies where they're at and provide this kind of really white glove service in a way that we've never been able to do before.
Yeah, and Mark used to always say it was really easy for us to give 1% when we started because we didn't have anything. And so, but the scale is a factor in that. And so now look what you can do when you grow. So when you think about that and scaling and the capacity challenges, how is Agentforce enabling you to solve some of those challenges?
Yeah, well, the scale component is so critical for us, and the data component too. So by being able to meet our customers, as I mentioned, exactly where they're at, we are able to provide learnings and insights that we've gleaned from years of working with top technology companies and companies across business around social impact and kind of what best-in-class programs look like. And we're able to get these frameworks, these resources to companies at the time that they need it, and kind of along the learning journey that they're on, depending on where they're at, because all of our companies start from a different place.
Yeah, that's great. So you're using all of the data, all the learnings, helping organizations to craft a plan that works for them where they're at and meeting them in the moment. And with so many organizations that you work with, I can imagine those permutations are a lot. So we always talk about impact. What kind of impact then is the solution having on your team as a byproduct, on the global impact as well?
Yeah, so everything we do is meant to help our members do more for the social sector in whatever way that means for our members. And so by being able to reach these companies at critical moments in their growth and in their impact journeys, we really see this as an unlock for the social sector as well. And so in this first version of our Agentforce tool, which we'll be launching next month, and we're so excited about, it's going to be about, okay, how can we meet these companies where they're at and reach scale in a way that we've never been able to. And then the next version will be about kind of piling on top of that.
That's awesome. In the organizations that I've talked to that are in this sector, they have talked a little bit about those side benefits, happier employees. They're having more meaningful conversations with the organizations they work with versus working on that, finding that data and creating that plan, and having those agents do that for them allows them to really connect and create that strategy in a one-to-one area. So, I know seed and grow, when we talk about building agents, you start small and you keep going. Tell us how you plan to scale Agentforce. What's next? What do you hope to achieve? What are the possibilities you've uncovered?
Yeah, so from lots of years of working with social impact leaders and companies that are growing their business while really wanting to do good in the world, we realized that helping social impact leaders make a case for why social impact is good for business for the sustainability of their programs and for the good that they're going to do in the world. And so we see Agentforce as a really important tool in being able to tell the business value of social impact and to use data to do that. And so we're so excited about the data possibilities of Agentforce and what the learnings we're going to get from it and the way that our new agent will teach us and learn with us in order to be able to share these insights with our members.
Yeah.
Being able to benchmark against other companies is so important as you're proving business value for this kind of work. And so this is a really exciting tool for that.
It's amazing because then it helps them, really talk about how that becomes part of their culture, and really showing a true business impact, even while doing good, is something that we've cared about for a very long time. So looking forward, we're thinking about Agentforce journeys. You've mentioned the growth strategy there, but then looking back when you started, do you have advice for organizations who are looking to implement Agentforce for impact? Do you have any advice you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, we're very early in this, so we may, our advice may change as we go. But for now, I think, the technology is evolving so quickly, and our customers are working in an atmosphere, in a landscape that is evolving so quickly. So for us, it's really been about building each piece very intentionally and in a certain sequence, doing it slowly in some ways so that we can really make sure that we're building something that meets our customers for where they are today and that evolves with the technology.
Amazing. So intent, measurement, and then maybe tweaking as you go. Emily, thank you so much for being here. We love hearing the type of impact that AI can have on nonprofit organizations. So if you'd like to learn more about Agentforce Nonprofit, scan the QR code on your screen or go to salesforce.com/nonprofit.